It says block 3 on here, but it's the second drawing we're doing, so we're going to name it block 2. So I want everybody to go ahead and set your drawing up with a nice, thick, heavy borderline. Title block's 2 squares up from the bottom. This line is 12 squares from the left. This line is 12 squares from the right. DMS for our company name. Block 2 for our drawing title. First initial dot last name. Yours, not B. Madsen. And then our scale again is 1/4 of an inch equals 1 inch, which means 1 square on our graph paper is 1 inch in real life. So go ahead and pause this video while you get your drawing set up like mine. All right, your drawing should be set up, ready to go, and we're gonna get going. So I'm gonna keep my same starting point. I like to use 8. They just fit on this paper nice and neat. I don't care what your spacing is as long as it's equal everywhere. If you always go 5 or always go 6 or always go 7, or in my case, always go 8. So that from here, the top of my title blocks in the bottom left corner, I'm going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, and make a dot for my starting point. That starting point is the bottom left corner of my front view. My front view is the most descriptive and usually the largest view. So I'm going to start from there. Remember, front view shows width and height. So I don't need to talk about depth at all or thickness on my front view. All right, so from my starting point, it says I'm 5 inches wide. So I'm going to go from my starting point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a line in with my ruler for the bottom of my front view. All right, now I'm going to do my sides. That number is not given, so I've got to do a little bit of math. I see that my overall is 3.5. This little notch is 1. 3.5 minus 1 equals 2.5 for my sides. So I'm going to go left side up 1, 2.5. Draw a line. Right side up 1, 2.5. Draw a line. Okay, now on my sides, I'm going to come in 1 inch on each side. So from here over 1, connect. From here in 1, connect. Then I go up 1 and up 1. I know I'm going faster than I did on the last video, but you guys are welcome to pause and rewind as much as you need to. Okay, now I'm going to connect my 2 top points there, and then do yourself a double check and make sure overall you are 1, 2, 3.5 tall. So 5 wide, 2.5 tall on the sides, in 1, up 1, in 1, up 1, connect. My center here should be 3 wide. My overall height in the middle should be 3.5. Okay, now I'm going to count up to draw my top view, which looks like this. I'm going to start counting from my invisible corner, like where the corner would be if it wasn't cut out, which is right here. Okay, so from there I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put a new dot. If you did a different spacing, if you did 6 or 7 or whatever for your starting point, then that's the number you should use. 8, using 8 fits really nice on this paper. Okay, now my top view always has to line up with my front view on the sides. So my front view was 5 wide, so that means my top view has to be 5 wide. So from my dot up here, I'm going to go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And connect. Make sure those line up on your edges. Okay, on that first drawing, some of you guys drew extension lines. Don't do that. If you use it to locate it, that's fine, but go back and erase them. No lines in between the views. Okay, my depth says is 1.5. So that means on my sides here, I'm going to go back 1.5. I'm already on a half point, so 1 would be the next half point. 1.5 would be the next actual line. Okay, that threw some of us off on the first drawing. So 1.5 on my sides. I'll connect the back. Okay, so that's my overall. Now I just need to show this corner and this corner. All I need to do to figure out where those are, it's basically this spot and this spot for my front view. So I'm just going to locate those two features on the front view and then just transfer them over where they cross the top view, and do that with my ruler. So in one on the left, from the left, in one from the right. So there's my top view. I'm ready to do right side view, which looks like that. It always has to line up. So get centered up on my screen a little bit better. From my front view, I'm going to count over 8 squares. 2, 4, 6, 8. Put a new dot, which is right here. Okay, so my overall height, I know has to be the overall height of the front view, which was 3.5. So 1, 2, 3.5. Okay, my depth I get from here. It's got to be the same as that. So that was 1.5. So I'm gonna go 1.5. 1.5. Same on the top. 1.5. Connect the endpoints. Okay, then I just need to show this corner. So I'm just gonna find that corner on my front view, which is right here. Find where that comes over and crosses. Okay. Zoom in here. There are your 3 views. All right. Make corrections if you need to. Come over to my desk, show me your drawing, and get checked off on that. That's block 2.